My debut poetry collection, Silent Suffering, blends the creative and analytic to examine unexplored crevices of current cultural pain and suffering. But what inspired this collection, and why is the voice expressed throughout this poetic work important? Let's explore this collection's purpose, themes, and inspiration. I was inspired to write poetry for two reasons. First, the arts are dominated by homogeneous progressive thought. This stranglehold on storytelling means the lens through which American culture understands the complexity of the present moment is reduced to politicized tropes that fail to accurately reflect reality. Second, this lack of viewpoint diversity means those who suffer at the margins of leftist beliefs have few, if any, outlets to express their pain, leading individuals to either suffer in silence or project their pain through inappropriate channels. When speaking of his Christian faith, G.K. Chesterton, a towering figure of 20th century intellect, spoke of a type of skepticism in need of revival. After years of being chided by elders as naive for holding to ideals seen as castles in the air, he found the cynicism rooted in untruth. The vision, Chesterton stated, is always a fact. It is the reality that is often a fraud. As much as I ever did, more than I ever did, I believe in liberalism, but there was a rosy time of innocence when I believed in liberals. This sentiment encapsulates my poetic critique of the current social norms that govern modern culture, discourse, and relationships. Although it would stretch the truth to say that I believe in progressive values, there are elements of truth to be found in modern thought. However, progressive practitioners have no intention of holding themselves to the ideals used as a standard when criticizing their opposition. As always, where hypocrisy resides unchallenged, human suffering and pain soon follow. Because the values espoused by progressives is the standard used by cultural gatekeepers ranging from film, music, literature, journalism, and education, it is important for the public to understand those who fall on the margins of progressive thought. Thus, Silent Suffering was written for the cultural outcasts of the postmodern era. Although I believe anyone can gain insight, wisdom, and food for reflective thought from this collection, it is intended for those who are nonconformists in relation to the ideologies that saturate our current culture. Polarization against the lines of politics, philosophy, religion, and gender are increasingly strong, with those who fall outside of viewpoints favored by educated professional classes relegated to the margins of society. Progressives decry the red pilling of men and the rise of extremism on the right, while often ignoring the ways in which their own ideas and worldviews marginalize individuals who do not conform to a left-wing view of morality, justice, and ironically, truth. This collection is intended to critique the predicates of progressive thought, to encourage individuals who feel the weight of the left's psychologically driven oppression. Although there are religious themes within the collection, readers of all faiths, or no faith at all, who find themselves disenchanted with the culturally popular philosophies of the day will find encouragement and food for deep reflection as they are called to observe and ponder the hypocrisy and absurdity of the modern-day progressive Pharisees. My hope is that readers come to a more holistic understanding of the world around them, particularly in relation to the ideological conflict that characterizes modern society. Rather than framing nonconformity purely in relation to religious or traditional thought, readers and listeners are encouraged to contemplate how secular forms of authority are currently pervasive and dominant in our culture. Thus, rather than thinking in binary reductionist terms, readers are inspired to engage with the complexity of humanity, including the contradictory nature of progressive philosophies that advocate against authority while imposing speech codes, condemning people for intolerance while mourning some individuals' births, decrying arbitrary social standards while demanding their ideas serve as cultural norms, and denying truth while seeking to impose laws in accordance with their subjective personal preferences. The title is designed to highlight the marginalized status of those who fail to conform to progressive ideology. Because their pain is denied or minimized by modern culture, many individuals struggle to properly identify or articulate the source of their pain. This causes people to either incorrectly categorize their pain, an error from which they may never recover, or project their pain through inappropriate channels, an issue that can be seen in the rise of cynical movements on the right that place too strong of an emphasis on rejecting any ideas perceived as liberal. When individuals are able to move suffering from the shadows to the light, they are better able to understand themselves and the surrounding world. However, those who fail to conform to modern philosophies are routinely portrayed as absurd, reduced caricatures, which only fuels the polarization that gives demagogues and agitators an easier path to power. Giving justified anger an appropriate hearing serves as a balm to the hearts of those under oppression's weight, and provides an opportunity for those unaware of injustice, and yes, this category includes progressives, to reflect on the ways in which their beliefs, actions, and words may have intentionally or not perpetrated harm. If you liked this video, like and subscribe for more, and follow me on social media using the links in the description.